Everyone's just waiting to celebrate. You know, it feels like we're about to fall off the cliff of the first win.
It's really pent up right now. It's like shaking a champagne bottle. That cork's ready to pop.
Feels that way.
Let's see if Shanghai will be able to spill some bubbly after all of this, or if Boston Uprising can make the comeback of all comebacks.
Color Hex will start in the mirror versus Ding on this Sombra.
At least just a scout. We'll see if he wants to stick through with it. Seems like he is.
Seems that way. Huh?
Oh, okay, snap back. And will be the Zarya.
Okay, they are able to identify Shanghai's composition. Ding has been ripping them apart with this, you know, setup so far. And you can see he's got full vision right now. You can see Calyx is looking for him, identifies where he is. They feel safer now, knowing that Sombra's behind them.
Ooh, takes a lot of damage. Will be able to jump back. Keeps himself safe. Push up here into the upstairs for the Boston Uprising, trying to get closer and closer to Gamsu. Charge comes in. Gamsu going to be matching. They both hit the ground. First kill going to be going the way of the Dragons. Luffy takes down Axiom.
This is a very great start for the Dragons here. Ding not finishing the EMP, but getting about as close as you could get at 70% here. This Boston Uprising is going to be forced away. Note, in a very precarious position, caught off from his team. Boosts away.
Oh, Benji out there, but oh! Luffy does it again! I'm telling you, this man looking
underrated.
Jonak-esque right now versus Boston.
Very underrated flex support. Been playing since Apex Season 2 very well. And for the Uprising on this next push, they're going to have to deal with the EMP again, right? It's always that support matchup. This time it's going to be Aim God. We need to make sure he's not caught.
They're working their way outside.
He's lagging behind a little bit to make sure. As you can see, he backs away. He is the one who cannot be hit by this. And coming through this choke feels like suicide against an EMP. They're all asking to get hit by it.
They're trying to scout it out. EMP dumped in, catches pretty much everybody but Aim God. Those managed to stay alive, gets that Transcendence off. Keeps the team in the fight. DM knocked down below half. Boston Uprising might actually be able to get in onto the point and start ticking up off the back of this.
It's a really good play by Aim God to preemptively trance, knowing the EMP would come out at that moment. Grabs up now.
Yeah, locking him up here onto the high ground. That's going to be Blase taking down Calyx. Receives the fire strike to the face. The rest of the team down on the low ground. Two managed to get that first hit coming through. They move up to nearly 42%. Luffy almost goes down. But will be able to stay alive, and Shanghai Dragons get the team kill.
Well, it's a very, awkward position where you have this perfect setup with the trance preemptively done. You feel like you've countered the EMP, but you're still in a choke point. You're still taking fire strike damage from Gamsu. Shanghai Dragons still have the follow-up grab. This time they have 5 ults. 5 ults to approach with. If they can't make this one work, I think we're seeing a full hold.
We'll have to see how they fare. Pushing their way up, Ding getting closer to that next EMP. Shatter comes out, looking for the lockup. Sound barrier in. Coma will get popped after using the sound barrier by that self-destruct. Boston Uprising finally find a bit of an opening, but Axiom's going to get taken down. It's at the expense of DM, however. Still trying to stay alive. Ding going lower and lower. EMP going to be online for him. Throws it in. Catches a few of the remaining members, but yet again, Aim God keeps himself safe, gets the Transcendence to keep the rest of the squad alive. Gamsu taken down. Sound barrier invested as well from Calyx. They will be able to clean this up. They'll get their way over onto the point. It seems like they will be able to get this cap, but they have to use a lot of ultimates, so the snowball potential for Boston is not really there.
It's not really there. The biggest thing they have going for them here on the third time's the charm capture is the Color Hex versus Luffy matchup. There's a tiny window, but I just don't think he's going to be able to get that off in time. If he does do so, it's going to be a sloppy, aggressive play. Won't get the maximum value. Ding here already scouting the approach angle, and that means there's enough time for Luffy to reposition. If he gets one left click, it's going to be enough to get that trance up. 92% he sits at. His Color Hex will lock in the last part of this grab. Tossed immediately. From
DM, yeah, just thrown straight into the foot of Axiom. Cannot get that kill though. Answering grab's gonna be out. Transcendence is in from Luffy, keeps them all alive. Shatter comes through, locks up Gamsu. Doesn't find too much else. Gamsu going lower and lower, booped into the corner. Shield comes up. He's trying to stay alive. The push forward from Note, looking for the finish off. Hammer's gonna get dropped. It catches so many members on Boston. They cannot get the kills yet. EMP coming out. 5 members hacked by Ding, but no one able to scoop these kills. Color Hex with a sliver of HP for so very long, gets that armor pack, stays alive, and they might just get it. They do. Youngjin a bit too late to step down. Boston Uprising They get the completion.
Members of the Dragons. So Kelix on the high ground, going to look to knock 2 away. They collapse in. If it fails, both Kelix and Axiom have mobility to escape, so it's not very all-in what they're doing here. It's actually very safe. Scouted out already, though, I believe, was a Tesla gun. I think Ding could have seen that just barely around the wall.
Not sure. Does manage to sprint straight up the center, not get hit by anything. Gets the hack. Bubble comes down from the Zarya, trying to save his life. The Discord over's there, and Ding gets the kill.
Huge play here. If you're hacked, you can't jump away. I talked about the mobility that he has. You know, the risk is there, but you can always jump away. Not if you're hacked. Ding waits until the follow-up damage is there.
He just now respawns. Aim God's gone. Shanghai Dragons push their way over to the point.
It's a disaster.
He even goes back. He's swapping over onto the Reinhardt. I think they know that this one is gone. Shanghai Dragons looking to start things off on Horizon with a 7+ minute time bank as soon as they can get this finish here on A.
It just feels like the Uprising have not scrimmed against or do not have a lot of confidence against Sombra play in general, and it's just Ding over and over and over again. Gets the hack there onto the Winston.
But that's so confusing because ColorHex started off this series playing a fantastic Sombra.
That's true. It's just the counterplay isn't there.
They're used to dishing it out, not receiving it, I suppose.
Yeah, it's, you know, sometimes you're great at running something, but you're not good at defending against that same strategy. All right. Ding ready for the EMP here. No support ultimate.
Standing up for it, throws it down. 5 members gonna get caught, and AimGod does not have a Transcendence to speak of. It's about to be online, and he's gonna need it just to buy themselves some extra time. In onto the point, Shanghai Dragons, a second tick getting ready to come through. AimGod gonna go forward with the Transcendence, but it's not soon enough to keep Note in that mech, and now he's gotta retreat. Second tick comes down, 6 minutes, 18 seconds remaining. The shatter comes out from Gamsu. Not gonna find anything, but they get the grab in, they clean up Axiom, they get rid of Kelix, and it's just gonna be a matter of time at this point. Boston Uprising, no chance of stabilizing. 6:07, the final time for them as they get the finish here on Volskaya.
Crowd's going 2.5, 240 for the Boston Uprising, or rather against the Boston Uprising here for Shanghai. The deficit for the Uprising. ColorX will once again scout, but not match the Sombra here. They're going to try to, hopefully, you know, in theory, keep their supports a little bit more safe, get those support ults off when they can. You can see Ding is just hacking the D.Va and farming that EMP charge right now.
It goes decently low in the back line, so we'll jump back with the translocator. Up the staircase again for Boston. Working their way forward. Ding looking for an angle on the side. Not able to get too many shots in. Now trying to get the hack. He'll be able to have it on the ColorHex, but no follow-up to try to get that kill. Jam going low, off screen, down below, half HP, needs to get top back up, seems like he will. Push over to the side, hack in on a ColorHex yet again. Not gonna be seeing the follow-up. Already nearly 2 ticks surrendered over to Boston in this OT round. Axiom getting chunked out. Fire strike to the side, Gamsu clips him.
The sniper.
They gain the second tick, but Shanghai have to stay forward, they not surrender this point over. Boston Uprising starting to push back. Seems like they will be abandoning this attack.
They're so close.
And
yet
no,
so far.
This is gonna get taken out.
The delay, massive here. Uprising losing time. And we're talking about 6:07 to 2:07, 4 minutes, the deficit now. The Shanghai Dragons took their last A on their first real push. Ding holds the EMP. And I know I sound like a broken record at this point, but it's him versus Kelix and AimGod. In particular, AimGod right now. This EMP is going to have to be shut down if Boston wants this push to be the one they get that final tick with, and taking the outside approach. We saw this once before. AimGod's going to preemptively transcend it as they go in, but they're still at a positional disadvantage. This failed last time they tried it. Maybe the second time's the charm. Look at Ding trying to wait this time and hope the trance is early, but AimGod does not fall for it. He's actually holding it. Very smart play.
Well, goes ahead, throws it down now. The Transcendence will be there for AimGod. They knock him over onto the low ground. Shatter gonna be coming out. Gamsu will be taken down. The sound barrier in from Kelix as they try to come out on top of this fight right now. Ding dropping down, gets stunned up instantly, and Blase comes up with a kill. Youngjin just going to be getting knocked around, will fall down, and Boston Uprising seems like they will be able to break through. They will get the cap on A. A minute and a half to try to get B.
They've got a decent amount of ultimates. The only problem is lack of support ults to get onto this point and stick to it in the longer fight. But they can certainly grab a tick if they get an opening kill. And ColorX has the grab here in just a moment. High energy
out. Axiom holding on to the shatter. Gamsu very far away from one. Ramnok will come down, locks him in. Transcendence going to be out.
Youngjin's
keep
out.
Him alive. Youngjin's still going to get taken down despite the Transcendence. Now the sound barrier in from Coma. EMP catches everyone. 5-man going through. The back of Ding's ult, but Gomsu's going to be the first one to fall. They do manage to find Note and take him out of the back. God now with another Transcendence online, pops it immediately to keep himself alive. Graviton Surge comes in, locks up the remaining members of Boston, but they need to get those kills. Youngjin and Blase both going to be hitting the ground. Zarya Bubble comes through. They manage to find the opposing Brig. Now, Note getting burned out. Shatter comes in as Axiom returns to the fight. Gomsu gets a charge. Looks for the finish there on a Color Hex. He's unable to find it. They're just ticking up in the meantime. 30 seconds remaining. Blase swapping over onto the Wrecking Ball just to rejoin in with his squad. Ding going to be taken down. Luffy eliminated as well. And with 24 seconds left, Boston Uprising will get the double cap.
Uprising has had so much trouble dealing with. It's going to look for farm EMP off of mostly Note here at the start. Hacks onto Hex if possible. Color Hex, not the commentator Hex, who is Color as it turns out. But anyway,
that's true.
If it can avoid the or can force out no bubbles, it's really easy to engage, and also means that Color Hex can't build energy. So that's one of the ways that you can harass with Sombra.
Well, safe entry through the hatch doors there. Jump up over to the top, Axiom. Be landing. It's gonna be a wraparound. Shanghai Dragons pretty split up right now. Look at where Gomsu's at.
Yeah, look at the wraparound here for Youngjin too. They want to tackle Axiom, force him off the high ground. It works out. Nice respect here from Boston Uprising. They've won a lot of time here already. A whole minute is gone.
But now they're in onto the point, and this is where they have to fight. One tick, nearly gained for free. They finally do step in onto the point. Luffy gonna be the first one taken down. Axiom comes up with that kill, but no. So close to being knocked out of that mech, but seems like he might just be able to survive as Gomsu will be taken down. AimGod gets himself a double kill.
Huge plays by Blase and AimGod. We saw the Harmony Orb and the Burst Pack coming there to keep him alive. And Boston Uprising wins this fight with Winston attacking into a Reinhardt, one of the toughest things to do because the Ryan is always going to have that advantage. He's locked in place, does more damage there in a fight where he has the positional advantage. But they turn it around. AimGod's going to have the trance here. Ding, not even really close to that EMP as it turns out. So this is the best case scenario for Boston already, but it's still going to be 4.5 minutes more they have to keep it up for. And I'll be shattered here.
Pushing forward, very speedy here on that push. Shield up, just blocking out as much damage as he possibly can, but the shield's gonna get broken. Back in onto the point, Graviton Surge gonna be coming down, and Color Hex is looking to lock them up, and Luffy responds with the Transcendence. Shatter's gonna be out from Gomsu. Locking up at least one. Will be knocking Note out of that mech. Get one tick onto the point, 4 minutes remaining at the moment. They clean up the Baby Diva, but they need to get onto the point. They need to get this cap rolling through.
All right.
Been a nice time by so far for the Boston Uprising.
Double support ultimates for the Uprising, so they have a good way to get back on this point and stick to it if they want to contest. Kellick's just buying time.
Ding trying to return with that EMP. Coma gonna be dropping the beat. Almost gets taken out before he can hit the ground there. It does manage to get the shields up for his squad. Axiom jumping back in. Gonna rejoin. Second tick now gonna be gained for Shanghai. EMP still being held. They would love to hold this for the snowball, but they have to use it right now. Axiom gonna be taken down instantly on the back of that Sombra ultimate. Blase very far forward, gonna get locked up by the Graviton Surge out from DM. Finish him off. They do manage to find two, however. Color Hex trying to grind this back into their favor as he gets rid of Luffy and Youngjin. Shanghai Dragons, 2 members remaining here. Shots coming out. They actually going to be held off.
Huge plays by Kellick's throughout this series. He hit the sound barrier when he needed to. I know we had that replay of him on King's Row where he barely got clipped. Perhaps people would be critical of him after that, but to be honest, he's hit a lot of these barriers. He hits this last one exactly the way it needs to be. Boston can turn it around because Color Hex has high energy after that. Dig now halfway to another EMP, but the time is ticking down. What looked like a free win now starts to feel like it's slipping from the Shanghai Dragons here.
Moving their way closer and closer with 2.5 minutes left on the clock. Shatter gonna be online. Tries to drop it. Manages gonna lock up here onto Kellick's, but they don't have the kill onto the enemy Lucio. Transcendence now gonna be used for Luffy as they push their way forward onto the point. EMP instantly gonna be invested. 4 members hacked out. Nope, gonna be knocked out of that mech before he can use the self-destruct to get back through. They'll clean up the kills. Shanghai Dragons, they finally break through. They finally get A.
They've got a great time bank here now to open up B. Kellick's caught there. The shield deleted by the EMP of Ding. AimGod, though, luckily for the Uprising, still gets to hold on to this Transcendence. So this is not going to be the push you would have to think unless someone gets picked at range. DM's grab will be countered, and what happens next is all up to the Dragons.
Pushing their way forward, building up that energy. Graviton Surge is going to be locked right in over the wall. They're looking for Kellogg to try to finish him off. They managed to get him. Youngshin coming up with a kill despite the Transcendence out from God. Now that's going to be expiring. DM taking a nap. Sound Barrier is going to be out. Nope, dumping the bomb. Will not find a pick. Sound Barrier in from the Dragons. Pushing back forward. Hack onto Axiom. So very low. They can't quite finish him off, however. He will be able to stay alive.
EMP ready.
No, it's going to be knocked out of the back. God taken down to the back of the EMP. Gumster swinging away like a madman. Gets a kill onto the enemy Ryan. Color Hex, the sliver of HP, trying to push forward, but they keep zoning him back. Now Kellogg is going to be eliminated. Somebody's got to tag in. They have to do it right now. Color Hex pooped off the point. Locked up, taken down, and Shanghai Dragons. They get the double cap here on Volskaya.
EMP. That is how Boston Uprising finishes this with 6 points. That is the way. No checks for enemy Sombra around here. The crowd chants for the Shanghai Dragons. They want this win. It's been a long time.
They're ready to see it.
43 games. Maybe the 43rd. That is the big one.
43rd time's the charm, Wolf.
That's what the Shanghai Dragon fans say. All right,
Ding.
Here we go. Ding unscouted.
Yep.
They do see where he is now.
Get on the side.
Swapped over to Zarya.
Has that jump back here from Ding, rejoining with the rest of his squad. Keller's going forward, stunned up, hacked out, but no one able to get the kill.
Blase with a huge heal there to keep him alive.
Boston onto the point. They managed to get one tick already with 15 seconds remaining. Shanghai Dragons, they can't really allow them to get more. They still only have 217 in their time bank. It's not going to be the biggest number. Looking for the hack, unable to find it. Jumps back down, has to go out with the translocator. Axiom going to be taken out. Color Hex going to be eliminated. They push back over onto the point, keeping this one contested. Can they stop it right here? DM with a sliver of HP, trying to stay alive. They push forward. They find Blase. They get rid of him. The armor pack goes out. Youngshin keeping his team alive, keeping the hopes alive for the Shanghai fans. God uses the Transcendence, but the Graviton Surge comes in. The EMP on top of it. Throw every single ult you got just to seal the deal. 79.5% is what they need to beat. Shanghai are less than a point away from getting their first match win. Are you guys ready to see him take it? Ding up top. Maybe spraying away. Color Hex going oh so low. They had hacked him out, might have been able to get it. Now he's going to be isolated. Gamsu goes low. They haven't finished up the Zarya. Everything to hack it on the Axiom. Ding takes it out. They're down onto the point, starting to tick their way up. The first one getting ready to come through. As it comes down, Youngshin staying alive. Kellogg's knocked down to half HP. The first tick going to be gained.
You can feel it.
Almost there, pushing from the back. They're ticking up again. No, it's going to be hacked. He's going to be taken out of the mech. Finished off.
It's happening.
This could be at the second tick. Getting ready to come through. Kellogg's going to be eliminated. Transcendence is out from Aim God, but it's going to expire. They will be able to finish him off.
There you go.
They're going to get it. Just a couple more percent to go. Let them have it, Boston. Axiom, top of the Primal Rage, but it does not matter. Ladies and gentlemen, history has been made. The Shanghai Dragons, on the 43rd attempt out, managed to pick up their first match victory.
Never thought, the fans never thought they'd see this day. It took 43 matches in Gamsu defeating his old team tonight. Feels like a really emotional moment here, but I think we got to give the crowd their moment. They've waited a long time for this. All the Shanghai fans out there, fans in tears. They finally did it.
I'll just let the fans take us out to the break. Enjoy it.